What's going on, you guys? We're back at it with another video, and a lot of you all are probably like, what's going on? So it's been a hell of a week. Um a frustrating week, if you want to say that, for the most part. So as you can see in the title, I gave my notice tonight. Refrigerated. I noticed a lot of YouTubers are giving notices to companies. So um, I gave my notice on Wednesday and told them, hey, got offered something else, moving on to bigger and better things. Um, I got a different path that I want to go down, and that's basically what's going on. So they basically kind of, give a little lecture like, well, you're gonna not be able to hit your million miles and this and that. And here's the thing: I'm still gonna hit my million miles, whether if it's with Knight or whoever it is. Because I got probably easily half a million miles right now. So yeah, it might not be with Knight, but once I find that company that I'm gonna get home whenever I can get home, um, freight's not an issue, then you know, who knows? But here's the thing: there's nothing wrong with staying at a company for 2, 4, 6, 10 years. There's nothing wrong with it at all. But there's some people that they want to go and try something different. And I am getting to that point where I want to try something different. So I pretty much told them kind of what was going on, my path of my trucking career, and Knight just can't make it happen. Also, here's the other thing. Um, don't get me wrong. I love Knight. They've been really good to me up until about this week. Even still, they've been good. I'll explain about that too. And I got the home time, so they've been really good. Can't go wrong with that. But here's kind of where some of the issues started. And I'm pretty sure I have some people up in Phoenix that watches my videos. So, um, I request. So, first of all, I went and talked to Phoenix, terminal manager, explained to him what was going on, explained to him why I want to transfer, um, and everything like that. So, after that happened, I basically put a message in because I send stuff over the Zonar. That way it's documented and it's in there. And then, so basically I put, hey, I want to put my transfer in for the 1st of October, next month, next week. And long story short, we had literally a 45-minute conversation on the phone, and basically saying that's not a good enough reason to transfer. When it shouldn't matter about the transfers. If a driver wants to transfer, regardless of reason, it should be allowed. Um, it's pretty shitty to where you put a transfer in and they're like, no, you can't do it. It's not a good enough reason. Um, we can do everything they can do. So when you come and apply for us, you're working for us, and you know, just long story, like basically like that. I'm not gonna get into the whole detail. Um, and I was basically like, so you're not letting me transfer. His simple words were, no, not a good enough excuse. Um, so, cause I was just getting tired of it. You know, I everyone's different. I don't like running on recaps. I think I perform better. I run more miles. I'm more productive on a full 70-hour clock. And we got in a big, huge 45-minute conversation on that. So I was like, whatever. You know, if they're not going to want to work with me, then I'm going to put my notice in. Simple as that. So, pretty much we discussed it and talked and blah, blah, blah. Pretty much if I'm not fatigued or if I'm not sick, um, and because I don't want to run on recaps, I can't get a 34, which is pretty much, it's a lot of bullshit. I wasn't gonna make this video, but I'm making this video. I'm not bashing anyone. I'm not bashing the company. I'm not bashing nobody for that most part of it. I'm explaining my issues, and that's it. So basically stating that because I don't like to run in recaps, and um, that's not a good enough reason to get a 34. So I'm like, well, how is it not a good enough reason? Here's the thing. When I left the house, I did 2,900 miles. I basically busted my ass off for the first week. And I was like, hey, can I get a 34 in? And I explained to this all the time that I don't like running on recaps because why am I going to sit for 5 hours or drive for 5 hours throughout the day and then have to shut back down and only can get 300 miles in? It is a waste of my time, and that's just how I'm kind of going to put it. So he pretty much was like, blah, 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 this and that. I was like, whatever. So it's not going to get fixed. This was the issue I had when I went on home time. When I went on home, when I was home for 3 weeks, I was really procrastinating on did I want to come back. I had job offers lined up. I had everything lined up, and like I always do, I turn it down because I think it's gonna get fixed. It's gonna get better, this and that, and it doesn't. So, um, on top of that, I was late for a delivery before I went home. My first late delivery, and probably my whole trucking career on my part. So I couldn't sleep at all. I tried to sleep. I couldn't fall asleep. I sent a message in over the Zonar saying, "Hey, I cannot fall asleep, and I will not be able to make this load on time. Um, my safety, my fatigueness comes first before I drive the truck." So they rescheduled it. I got there, made it on time, did all that stuff. Then now here comes the question my ability to make deliveries on time, which kind of pushed it a little bit. So that right there is like I have never been late on my own willing. I've always communicated. Only time I've been late is for a breakdown, people not wanting to replace. That's the other thing. People not wanting to replace equipment that is bad on a trailer. Now that I have to spend a day to fix myself, and even sometimes then, I still make it happen. I still get there. I make it on time. So, and then I pick up. I had a load going from Covington to PA. I was gonna get there Wednesday of this week, and then they asked me, "Hey, can you do a delivery like an hour away tomorrow, Thursday? I'll pay you extra on it." So I'm like, "All right, no big deal." So I basically did about 3 hours of driving, and I shut down, and I waited until morning. I delivered my load, got it delivered. It took about 5 hours. Got to my customer, my shipper. I picked up. I shut back down um, on Thursday, and then I made it here yesterday afternoon. So I explained to him, I'm like, well, if I didn't do your favor for you, if I didn't help you out, I would have been your Friday. He was like, well, I don't know about that. This is where you cross the line on a driver's standpoint, where you're questioning a driver's ability to make a delivery. Now, I never had an issue before, but now it seems like because I put my notice in, I'm having issues. And I'm like, and he was like, well, even if we were to drop it, there still probably wouldn't have been anything good. So basically, they made me sit uh, from 4 o'clock yesterday, doing 3 hours a day, sitting again until like 11 o'clock tomorrow, 10:30, whatever it is. So, and you got to remember, oh, here's the other thing too. So they took a load off of me, gave it to an owner operator. I understand he has a truck payment, but what if I have a house payment? What if I have a mortgage? I got to make that mortgage or they're going to take my house. Kind of get the idea? So he was like, owner operators come first and all kinds of stuff. And then I don't know what happened, but all I heard was kind of like this, where he's making noise, kind of going like this. And all I hear is a click, and it just drops the call. So pretty much I get hanged up on by a DM, by a dispatcher that I've never had issues with before. Um, I was infuriated. I was pissed off. Words could not describe how I was feeling Friday. So I was like, I kept my cool. I called my DDM, told him how it was bullshit. It's like apparently I pissed him off to where he hanged up on the call when it's like this is why you lose drivers in any company. It don't matter who you work for, this is why you lose drivers. And I explained to him what happened. And I was like, it's frustrating. They expect, you know, my terminal manager expect me to do better miles when I try to apply for lease purchase. And I explained to him this is a perfect example why I don't get miles. And well, you didn't have to do a 34. I'm like, whatever, dude. So this was all after I put my notice in. So kind of like going downhill, downhill, downhill. Now, now mind you, my terminal manager is gone. He's off for the week. So I don't know what's going on in the terminal, this and that. But next thing I know, I'm kind of getting a lecture saying when I do a 34, my DM gets chewed out. It's not my issue, dude. Um, I'm out here to make money. You're out here to make money. And when I sit like this, that's where we have the issues at. Um, you know, because either way, I was still going to hit $52,000 this year. With night, with taking off uh as much home time as I do take off. I take off a lot of home time. I take off weeks at a time. That's what people don't understand. Um, so after all that stuff, I'm just like, I'm done. You know, I am straight up done. I am definitely leaving because it's pretty sad to where a driver has to quit in order to put a transfer in. Um, Not saying was it going to be better at Phoenix, but I've never heard a bad issue in Phoenix terminal. Um, I've heard good and bad in Ohio. I've always have. I'm not saying Ohio's bad. I've never had an issue. I've always had positive feedback, and good relationship until I put my notice in, basically saying like, hey, we kind of don't care about you. Here's a shitty load, 170-mile trip. Uh, yes, I'm getting paid layover pay, but you got to remember, $100 on a trip compared to maybe $100 on layover per day, it's not worth sitting. So, um, long story short, I put my notice in, and hopefully Thursday is going to be my last week here. Um, all I got to say is they told me that they are going to get a load from Tennessee to Ohio, and hopefully they give me a load, because if not, my blood pressure is way up here right now. A lot of stuff has basically a lot of stuff has been going on. My mind's just everywhere right now. So it's as a driver, it's very frustrating, but I still recommend Night as a good company for anyone. But, you know, some people have to move on. I'm moving on, bigger and better things, and you know, they just can't meet my requirements right now. So that is what I'm doing. Excuse me. Um, so yeah, it's been one hell of a roller coaster for this week, and we're gonna try to get through it best we can. But um, yeah, so hopefully it gets all better, and I will definitely keep y'all updated where I go, what I'm doing. If you want to follow me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Um, that's where you can find out what's going on. I give updates, try to daily, um, so you can follow me up there. But let me know your thoughts. Put your thoughts down, and I wouldn't say I'm disappointed. I'm more bummed out. That's basically how, if you want to put it. Um, I'm more bummed out. A lot of people can notice it. But hey, what are you going to do? You know, it's part of trucking. We learn from our mistakes, and we just move on. So I got I got a couple companies that um are in mind. So basically right now, um I'm waiting on confirmation. They're running my background, they're running my job application, employment verifications to make sure they can get the years of experience back and whatnot. But basically, for the most part, they're like, everything looks good. So I'm definitely interested. I'm happy. I'm looking forward to the new adventures, because it's always an adventure in trucking. And so yeah, let me know what your all thoughts are. Y'all be safe out, and keep you all updated. Y'all be safe.